Well, the current GPU market is facing a significant issue, and this has started, well, a few years back, probably during COVID, but it has, well, gotten significantly worse. And certainly GPU prices though, all across the board for PC products. If you're building a PC, good luck getting parts. You know, you buy the motherboard 1 month and you have to wait. And then you buy the CPU and you have to wait. You buy the video card and you have to wait. And you probably spent too much for everything. So inflated prices are, well, rampant in this industry right now. And I think it's going to come to a point where really it's going to be almost, for most people, it's going to be extremely difficult to be able to really justify and be able to afford to build a decent gaming rig. Now, I'm not talking about, the highest end one. I'm just talking about something that is relatively okay, that you can play games at least 1440p on like high settings. A few years back, that wasn't the big deal. But today, it certainly is. And this article, well, you can see the title here. MSRP a myth? NVIDIA actually says no. Now, even if you could go out and pick up one of these cards for the listed MSRP, they still would be expensive. Because let's just use the 1590 Founders Edition, for example. As an example, it's $2,000 US. That's around $4,000. Not quite, but it's around there. Canadian for a video card. That's crazy. So even if we were to be able to go out and buy a 5080, that's $1,000 close on it. MSRP US, which is, maybe 18 or so Canadian. Terribly expensive just for a video card. It's crazy. And then, of course, the premium partner cards are going to be much more expensive from Sapphire and Gigabyte and Asus and all those companies, right? They're going to add fancy cooling and overclocking to them, and those prices are going to be even higher. I mean, these cards are being sold at 40% higher at retailers, not on eBay with scalpers, because, if you go on eBay looking for a 5090, for example, the last time I checked, it was $15,000. I did a video on that. That's just insane. But let's just say you can go out and pick one up at a retailer. They're still like 40% higher than the MSRP, which is just absolutely cuckoo. So in this article here, which I will link to in the YouTube description down below, they're mentioning that NVIDIA is going to be sending out many more GPUs to retail partners, and hopefully that will increase the supply, and hopefully that will mean that the demand, well, won't be as high because there will be more cards to choose from to purchase, and hopefully that will, reduce the cost of these video cards overall. We will have to see. Over time, of course, it will be reduced, maybe only when the 60 series comes out. I don't know. But yeah, that's what they're claiming, that they're going to be sending out a heck of a lot more video cards. Now, I don't know. This is something else that I find very hard to believe. They also claim that they have shipped twice as many RTX 50 series GPUs compared to RTX 40 series during launch. I guess the hype paid off. The promise of AI, well, they delivered, didn't they, when it comes to DLSS 4? But still, that's only if you can get the card and get the card to work, because the drivers aren't that great from what I hear from all the stuff that I'm seeing watching and reading and all the rest of it, I don't have one of these cards. I'm just going by articles like this and many, 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 many Reddit threads as well that kind of allude to the fact that, well, this NVIDIA RTX 50 series launch hasn't gone that great. And that's an understatement. Now, for those that want or need to get an RTX 50 series video card, well, I guess the good news here with this article is, according to NVIDIA, they are going to increase production and distribution of these cards. Now, there are, of course, lots of reasons I would recommend you hold off and wait until NVIDIA can resolve some of these quality control issues, some of these driver issues, and certainly the melting connectors, which is going to be a little bit more difficult to mitigate and fix. But don't be an early adopter. Leave all that stuff up to people who have tons of money to throw away and reviewers, because you could be very disappointed with your purchase.